Mana ni? Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Okay.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Yeah. All right. Today we're going to continue with the discussion on consumer supplies, producer supplies, which is the next one, and then we're going to continue with, there are two things, two concepts that I didn't cover earlier. Number one, elasticity of demand. So we will go back to the chapter, I think chapter number 14. And then we will do again partial derivative on the Lagrangian multiplier. I didn't cover earlier, so I think we will. So we have time, depending on the time today, I will cover those things. Okay, so that is our plan. Now, where we stopped last time is here. We were talking about the consumer surplus, and I think I already defined consumer surplus, which is the integral of the demand function from 0 to xe minus the integral of the equilibrium price from 0 to xe. So that is consumer surplus. If you look at the firm, for the perspective of the firms or the sellers, we will have producer surplus. So go back to this diagram. Producer surplus is the area between the price, the market price or the equilibrium price. Okay, so that is producer surplus. It's the area between the market price and the supply function. So that is the extra gain to the firm, to the firms or to the sellers by doing the exchange. So producer surplus, we call it PS. That will be what? That is the extra gain. Okay, extra gain to the firms or the sellers from the exchange. So we can say by selling XE, okay, the equilibrium quantity or the market quantity at the equilibrium price. So by selling that thing, or at the firm sell the good at the market price, they sell XE, and there is an extra gain, okay, to the firm. So if you look at the income to the firm, right, the income to the firm, which is the revenue, that will be simply equal to the price multiplied by the quantity, and that is of course equal to the expenditure by the consumer. Also, that is the income to the firm. But we are talking about what? We're talking about the extra gain to the firm, okay, to the firm by selling XE. So it is the extra gain. It's measured in terms of what? In terms of the benefit or the gain by the firm, or the gain between what? Between the price the firm get and what? And the price firms are willing to sell. Okay, price firms willing to sell. Now the market price, the market price, that is the market price where you have the equilibrium. That's the price the firm receive, by selling the equilibrium quantity. So if you look at the diagram again, you will see that the firm sell how much? The market price or the market quantity, 5,000 units. Okay, that's the market of shoes. They sell 5,000 pairs of shoes. The price they get is 50 ringgit per pair. So that is what their income would be. All right. Now, the price the firm's willing to sell, that is the price on the supply function. Okay. So the supply function, the prices are what? Are the prices the firm's willing to sell for different quantity. So that is the point on the demand function. So the price here, okay, we are looking at the difference between what? Between the gain, okay? The gain, I should say here, the gain is what is the difference between the market price and the price firms willing to sell for different quantity. So that is what? That is the price on the demand function. Price on the supply function, I'm sorry. So if you go back to the graph, just like what we did to the demand function, you will see that, let's say for the first quantity here, okay, for the first quantity here, quantity number 1, suppose the firm is willing to sell, okay, willing to sell, that means the price on the demand function. Firm willing to sell, say 10 ringgit. I'm willing to sell, I'm the seller, okay? For the first unit, I'm willing to sell what? I'm willing to sell only 10 ringgit. Because you know, the supply function, the price and quantities, they are directly related. Higher quantity, higher price, or higher price, higher quantity. So at the first quantity, I'm willing to sell 10 ringgit. But by doing the exchange, okay, in which the sellers sell 5,000 pairs, what is the price that I get for that first unit? The price that I get. Well, how much did
50.
I sell? I sell it at 50. Okay, I sell at 50. But I'm willing to sell that first unit, how much? 10. So do I gain or do I lose? Or am I happy or I'm not? So you feel happy. Why? Because you get 50 for the price. I'm willing to sell only 10. Okay, so how much is your gain? $40, 40 ringgit. But that, of course, is not measured in the market. Okay, so that is my extra gain. So that gain is measured by that area. So you do for each quantity, okay? For example, the fourth pair here, all right? I'm willing to sell at 15 ringgit. But I sell it at what? At 50. So my extra gain will be 50 minus 15. I gain how much here? 35. So I got another. So the sum of all the small gain, you know, at each quantity there would be the producer surplus. So that's why producer surplus is the area between the market price and the supply function. It's the difference between what? Between the price that I get, okay, the selling price, and the price that I'm willing to sell, which is the price on the supply function. So that is extra gain to the firm. So how do you find it? So that will be equal to the integral from 0 to xc. Okay, what is that sound? Can you turn off that sound, please? Somebody is doing something else. So can you turn off that sound? All right, so it's the integral from 0 to xe of PE, okay, the constant function, the market price, the x minus the integral from 0 to xe of the supply function. Okay, so that is our producer surplus. All right, so that is the area between the curve. Okay, any question? Anything? So to get a better idea, let's do examples. So go to 13.4. All right, 13.4, we will do example number 4 first. Example number 4, which is on the consumer surplus. Now, if you look at that example, I didn't realize this morning, but after we go and look at the solution, it's actually log function. So we didn't cover log function. So what I will do, I will change the demand function. So demand function will consider another function. So example number 4, what I will do, let's say the demand function is P equal to f of x equal to 3x. No, negative 3x. Negative 3x plus 100. So we change the demand function. Because the demand function as given there, you will get log. So that is the demand function. And then you want to find the consumer surplus if the market price, the equilibrium price, is equal to how much? Equal to $20. So if the market price is equal to $20, what is the consumer surplus? So you need to find the consumer surplus. So if you draw the graph of this one, you will see this is the X, that's the price. The demand function will look something like this. All right, so that's the demand function. Okay, can you hear me? Because I was disconnected tadi. Play.
Yes.
Can you see the notes? Because
No, sir.
no, that means I was disconnected for just a few seconds. So I have to share balik lah kan? I have to share screen balik. All right, I have to share screen. Nampak tak? Okay lah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Petang dia selalu jadi macam ni. Pagi tak ada. Alright, so let's look at the consumer surplus. Now, when you talk about the equilibrium price, in other words, you imagine supply function adalah kat sini. Okay, we are not given the supply function. But the equilibrium price is where the supply intersect the demand. So you got the equilibrium price 20. So you want to find the consumer surplus, which is that area. Okay, now, in order for you to find the consumer surplus, what do I need? I already have the demand function. I have the market price. Now, what do we need? One more thing that I need is what? What do I need to find in order for you to get the consumer surplus? Because we know consumer surplus is equal to what? Consumer surplus is equal to the integral of the demand function from 0 to xe minus the integral of the market price from 0 to xe. So what do I need? What do I need? One more thing that I need in order for you to get the consumer surplus. What do I need?
XE.
I need to find the xe. Okay. So how do you get xe? We substitute. All right. Substitute the PE equal to 20 into the demand function. So I got P equal to P. We know it's already the price. So I have 20 equal to negative 3x plus 100. And that will be equal to 3x equal to 100 minus 20. So that will be equal to 80. So x equal to 80 over 3. Okay, 80 over 3. Berapa 80 over 3. 80 over 3. Apa ada calculator? Can you compute quickly? Berapa 80 over 3? 80.
26.67.
26.67. So that is our x. And that is xe. Okay, so that is the quantity. 26.67. So you have the information now that we need in order for us to find the consumer surplus. So consumer surplus is equal to right? We know the formula. So I write down a few more times so that we can remember easily. The integral from 0 to xe of what? Of the demand function minus the integral from 0 to xe of the equilibrium price. Or if you want, you put them together and then get the integral. We can also do that. Xe d minus pe dx. Okay, but for the beginners, I think we just jadi penat lah kita. Okey, kena share link sekali.
Sir.
Ya. Apa dia? Dah okey dah kan?
No, tadi apa slide ada. Okey.
Itulah dia my internet disconnected. Tiba-tiba dia disconnect, dia unstable, lepas tu dia hilang kejap, dia datang balik. So itu sebab saya kena sambung balik lah. Alright. So there is nothing much I can do. I do not know what's the problem today. But luckily it's just happening for a few seconds. But I have to share again. Okay, ni dah boleh dapat semua okay? Okay. So
okay, but masanya okay.
Alright, good. So you have the consumer surplus equal to this thing. We have what? You have the demand function, and then you have the equilibrium price. So I want you to put in the functions. Okay, put in the functions, and then get the integral and see what is the solution. All right, do it now. And then we will do together. Okay, buat dulu, masukkan formula dulu. Put in the formula. All right, so what you get, you put in the function and the values. So the consumer surplus is equal to the integral from 0 to xe. Now xe is 26.7 of the demand function. Okay, our demand function is negative 3x plus 100. Okay. And then you have to take out the integral from 0 to 26.67 of the market price, which is the rectangle, 20 dx. Okay, so now we do the integral. So, I think what we can do, you take the difference first and then integrate. So I can do that. So 0 to 26.67, I combine that thing, I got negative 3x plus 100 minus 20 dx. So that will be equal to the integral from 0 to 26.67 of negative 3x plus 80 dx. So you got that. What is the integral? The integral is negative 3x squared over 2 plus 80x. And then evaluate from 0 to 26.67. Okay, anybody get the value? So that will be equal to what? That will be equal to negative 3 over 2, 26.67 squared plus 80 multiplied by 26.67. That equal to, okay, of course, boleh juga letak minus 0 tu. Okay, minus 0. Sebab 0, everything put in is 0. So, what do you get? Can you compute it? Okay, when you get it, let me know so that I can put in the value.
Sir,
Yeah.
I got 1066.
1066.6.
6, 7.
6, 7. Everybody got that? Anybody else get the same answer or you got a different answer?
Same, sir.
Okay, same. So that is correct. Now, if you have not finished, okay, if you have not finished this part here or any part of this, you go home, finish it up. So that is homework. Okay, finish up. So you should get 106.106.67. Now let's move before we move on. So what we can do, I can put in a function here. I can put in another function for the supply function. Suppose the supply function is P equal to berapa? To 2x plus 5. Okay. So suppose the supply function is equal to 2x plus 5. Tak boleh. Tak boleh. Sebab kita dah dapat point ni. Kalau 2x plus 5. Kita tak tahu benda ni berhenti ke tak. Okay, tak boleh. So, tak boleh. I cannot hentam. I have to find a function where the equilibrium is equal to 20. So, it takes some time. Alright? Okay, tak boleh. Tak boleh main lupa je, tak boleh. So, that's it. Example number 4. So, in order to get the producer surplus, we go to example, the next one, which is example number 5. Okay, go to example number 5. Okay, example number 5. Here you are given the supply function. You are given also the demand function. The price is P, and then the X is the quantity of the good in units. You need to find the equilibrium